Rent Day is an episode of Disney's House of Mouse that definitely reminds us that Mickey Mouse is a mouse, because he's accidentally, and it was an accident, he has accidentally spent all of the rent money on cheese. I believe it was $50 worth of cheese, which, let's face it, cheese is amazing. I'd love to eat $50 worth of cheese. But of course, this poses a problem because Pete has come along to collect the rent money, and Mickey hasn't got the money. How is he going to be able to resolve this? As the episode unfolded, there were some creative potential resolutions that didn't necessarily work out well. I kind of enjoyed that aspect of it because I liked being reminded that Mickey was a mouse. House of Mouse is very good at that. For example, he'll drink from an actual rodent water bottle, he'll go on a mouse wheel, or a hamster wheel as I know it. And I think it's quite sweet that they kind of slightly blur the boundaries between Mickey as a mouse and Mickey as an anthropomorphized mouse, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Donald's involvement in this. Donald did something for Daisy that I thought was so sweet, and I won't spoil it, I won't say what it is, but I just thought it was absolutely adorable and really heartwarming, and it made me smile because Donald comes across as this kind of selfish individual. He gets annoyed that Mickey Mouse gets all of the attention. He doesn't like it when Goofy gets things handed to him on a plate because he's fed up of how goofy Goofy is. But occasionally, and I love Donald, I'm a big Donald Duck fan, but occasionally Donald will do something that's so sweet and so selfless, and I just think it's absolutely adorable. We have the Disney characters that we see at the tables. Some of them were interesting. A couple of villains that I liked, I won't spoil it too much. Really loved seeing Johnny Appleseed there. That's a callback to one of the classic Disney cartoons, and I particularly enjoyed that aspect of it. And that's one of my favorite things about House of Mouse as well, is that the cartoons that they interact with aren't just your classics. Well, no, your contemporary classics, the ones that every child grows up with. Some of them are a little bit more niche, like Johnny Appleseed. I guess the presence of Mortimer Mouse, who appears in House of Mouse quite a bit, is also a bit more niche because he's not as well known today as perhaps he once was. And that's something that I think is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed Rent Day. The cartoons that appeared in it, we have Mickey's Mountain, which was fairly interesting. Maestro Mini Circus Symphony was brief, but quite fun. And Big House Mickey, which was, I think, very cleverly written. And I'll talk about those three separately in separate discussions. But I liked it. I thought Rent Day was a pretty strong episode of House of Mouse.